everyone, it's Carolyn. Welcome back to Contemporary Mama and another episode in my spring cleaning series. We are tackling my kitchen today. This took me so long to do, I think about 4 hours. So I hope you get some great cleaning motivation and some tips on spring cleaning your kitchen. So I'm just giving you a quick peek at how my kitchen looked before. It was pretty tidy, but it was definitely dirty, needed a really good cleaning. So I'm going to get started by cleaning my oven. I'm using this Easy Off oven cleaner. This works really well. All you need to do is preheat your oven to 200 degrees. And then when it comes to temperature, you turn it off. And then you can go ahead and generously spray that all over the oven. This product is super chemically. I know, that's why I'm wearing gloves and a mask. I open my windows, turn on the vent fan, anything I can, but just let that sit for like 5 or 10 minutes. And then while that was working its magic, I thought I would get started on wiping down my cabinets. Again, this is something I almost never do, so it's definitely something that is on my spring cleaning checklist every single year. I'm just using regular old furniture polish. I think it gives it a really nice shine and removes any smudges and fingerprints.
Loved you from the first time you called me late. Loved you for your wits and your wicked games. Always on my mind, always in my brain. With you, the summer came and went in a day, and I've been craving you.
All right, cabinets are done. It is back to the oven. So the Easy Off has been sitting for 10 minutes, and I'm just getting in there with sort of a rough sponge and just wiping it down. This really takes a lot less effort than most other oven cleaners that I've used, so I do this every year during my spring cleaning to get it as clean as possible. So I did have to get up and rinse out my sponge like 5 or 6 times because it was just covered in so much grime and debris. I just hate cleaning my oven. I definitely don't do it as often as I probably should, but I was just super impressed with how this turned out. All the way at the end, you'll see it's really clean. Once I was pretty satisfied with how clean it was, I just sort of wiped off all the product with some wet paper towels, and I did end up giving it a spray with my glass and surface cleaner just to like really shine it up nicely. I would so love for you to leave me a comment. Let me know how often you clean your oven. Are you someone that cleans it pretty regularly, or are you someone that waits till it gets really bad like me?
The first time that I sat by your side, and I've been on my knees thinking time is gonna fix me inside. No, nothing's gonna.
All right, oven is done. Microwave is going to be so much easier compared to that. I love using this little trick by adding some essential oils into a bowl of water. Usually I use vinegar, but I had almost no vinegar left. So I'm just using water and it still worked really well. I just let that microwave for 3 minutes. And then while that is steaming away in my microwave, I'm just giving the outside of it a really nice wipe down. I'm just using some all-purpose spray. I love this one by Mrs. Meyer's. It has a really fresh, pretty rose scent, which I think is just perfect for spring. And then I'll just quickly wipe down that little area where the microwave usually sits so I can get that counter nice and clean. So by now, the microwave is done steaming up. So all I really need to do is use a cloth and just clean out any debris or stuck on food. The steam really does a good job of loosening all that stuff up. So at this point, usually I would descale my coffee maker, but like I just said, I was pretty much out of vinegar, so I didn't have enough to do it. So I'm just wiping down the outside and making a mental note to add vinegar to my next grocery list. All right, my stovetop, the bane of my existence. You guys know I love to cook. I cook a lot, so my stovetop gets really dirty. I do wipe it down pretty often, but every now and then I like to give it a really good scrubbing. So I like using this soft scrub. I think it does a really good job of getting out any caked on food that might be stuck on there. So again, I'm just going in with sort of one of those like rough type sponges and just really getting in there and getting everything nice and clean. And I'm also going to be doing the grates that go on top of the stove, just giving those a quick scrub before I rinse everything off.
Anyway, yeah. No, nothing's gonna make me forget. Yeah, I don't think I want to forget anyway, yeah.
Now, these hood vents are definitely something I only clean once a year. During my spring cleaning, they're such a pain in the butt to get out, but I did manage to get it, and look at how disgusting that is. This is supposed to be like a silver color, and it is pretty much black. So I'm just going to go ahead and soak those in a sink full of super hot water with some dish soap to loosen some of that gunk on there before I start scrubbing it. So while those are soaking, I'm just going to go ahead and wipe down the outside of the appliances. My fridge is stainless steel, so I like using the Wayman's stainless steel spray. I think it does the best job at leaving it really shiny and streak-free. Now, normally I would be cleaning out the inside of my refrigerator as well, but my fridge was packed with food. I've been cooking a lot during this quarantine. I have a ton of leftovers that we have been working on eating, so I didn't really think it made sense to clear everything out of my fridge with it being so full. So I'm gonna have to do that another day once we kind of like eat up all the food that's in the fridge.
Been feeling trapped down on the floor. I don't know what for. Feels like I'm gonna lose. Silence takes a hold. I can't let it go. Chain up, no one knows. But I won't let the stormy seas throw me in open water. Let me have my peace and leave me till tomorrow. Wind into my sail, away from things I let go. Floating on the waves. We go bottoms up, we go all the way. When you're feeling down, push the pain away. We go bottoms up, we go all the way.
All right, so by now those hood vents have been soaking for a while. So I am using a Brillo pad, and this is so cool to see how all that gunk is just sort of being scrubbed away. It's getting so much closer to its natural color, which again is like a silver metallic color. I can't believe how disgusting those were. I'm definitely going to have to clean these more than once a year, obviously.
And face this shit another day. We go bottoms up.
So I had run my dishwasher after breakfast, so by now it was done, and so I quickly emptied it, and now I'm going to give that a deep cleaning as well. So what I just did was sprinkle some baking soda at the bottom, and I'm using the last of my vinegar to just pour in a little bowl on the top rack of the dishwasher, and I'm just going to let that go. So this part of my kitchen is pretty much done at this point. I just have to go ahead and wipe down the countertops. This is one of my favorite cleaning things to do. I just think it's so satisfying to see your countertops completely cleared off and wiped down.
Hurting in my soul, shaking through my core, left me in the cold. Chained to what I know, drifter on the road, take it where I go. But I won't let the stormy seas throw me in open water. Let me have my peace and leave me till tomorrow.
All right, so I am moving on to the center of my kitchen, and I'm going to start at the top and kind of work my way down. So I'm just giving this light fixture a really quick dusting before I give it another wipe down with some all-purpose spray as well. Okay, so this is the dish rack that we use to dry our dishes, and I'm embarrassed to say that I rarely clean this thing out. So it was long overdue for a really good scrubbing. So I'm just using soap and water for that. I'm going to let it air dry and I'll give it a little polish with my stainless steel spray as well once it's all dry.
Away from things I let go, floating on the waves. We go bottoms up, we go all the way. When you're feeling down, push the pain away. We go bottoms up, we go all the way. And face that shit another day. We go bottoms up.
Okay, so you saw me use this trick. If you saw my bathroom deep cleaning, I am just wrapping my kitchen faucet in a bag filled with this CLR cleaner. This is like a miracle worker. It gets rid of any calcium or rust or any buildup really that is on your faucets. This works amazing. I just let it sit for like 30 to 45 minutes and everything that was kind of built up on that faucet just completely dissolves and you just have to quickly wipe it away. So while that's doing its thing, I'm going to go ahead and give my countertops a really good cleaning. I'm using the Jaws granite spray, which is one of my favorites. My black granite is really hard to get clean because it shows so much residue. So when I'm all done, I'm just buffing it with a dry cloth. I rarely do this, but this really makes it shine. So while I was doing that, I had my husband pull out the stove and look at all the crumbs that are in there. It's so disgusting. I got in there and I swept out as much as I could, and then I also decided to quickly mop it, and I couldn't believe how dirty the mop was after doing this. Oh, this is again one of those things that I only do once a year, so it was really bad. Since the stove was pulled out, I thought it was a good opportunity to just wipe down the sides. Food and things sort of drip down here while I'm cooking, so there was a lot of stuck on food and residue, so it just needed a quick wipe down.
We go bottoms up. And face that shit another day. We go bottoms up.
All right, now it is time to go and do the same thing for the fridge. This is again where I'm getting my workout. No wonder my arms were super sore that night. So again, I'm just doing the same thing, sweeping up all the crumbs. There was so much under here. I was surprised. I don't know how all this stuff gets under here, but I'm just sweeping it all up, and then I am going to be mopping this as well. And after mopping behind my fridge and my stove, my mop was so dirty. I actually had to go and wash the mopping cloth before I was able to mop the rest of my kitchen because it was seriously that bad. Okay, back to my dishwasher. My little vinegar rinse was done. So the inside of my dishwasher is super nice and fresh and clean. But as you just saw, the area around the dishwasher door is disgusting. Oh my gosh, I just never think to clean this. So there was so much gunk built up there. So I'm just using some all-purpose spray and wiping that all away.
City lights are making me wanna be something else than I'm meant to. Spending time reminiscing of what it used to be.
All right, time to finish up the rest of these cabinets. I'm just using that same furniture polish that I used before. I just think that this gives the wood cabinets such a nice shine. And I'm just going around wiping them all down, making sure that any sort of stuck on food or dirt or grime is gone.
Letting go when I want to. Wishing I'd be all alone. I got these demons by my side, flying on the chemicals. Guess I'm not the lucky type. Trust me, you don't want it.
All right, you know you are deep cleaning your kitchen if you are cleaning your trash cans. So obviously I had to go ahead and empty the trash. And then once my trash can was empty, I went ahead and wiped everything down. We have a trash can for recycling, trash can for cardboard, one for garbage. So just wiped all of those down. And now I can say my kitchen is super clean. This is something I've really been trying to do more of lately, wiping down all the points of contact. So that is things like doorknobs and light switches. And then while I was at it, I just went ahead and wiped down the molding and the doors. These actually get really dusty because, as you can see, we have all these little sort of moldings in the door. So those attract a lot of dust. So I just wanted to quickly wipe all that down while I was over here. Ugh, baseboards are my least favorite thing to do. It is so hard on my knees, especially on these hard tile floors, but I love when they are nice and shiny and clean. All right, I am getting tired, but we're in the home stretch. I'm just using these Pledge wipes that I just happened to find to clean off my bar stools. My kids sit on these every day, eating their meals, doing crafts, all sorts of things. So they definitely needed to be wiped down. They're leather, so they're pretty easy to keep clean, fortunately. So nothing makes me feel like I have a super clean kitchen than having a really clean sink. It is so therapeutic to clean out your sink. It just makes your whole kitchen feel super duper clean. So again, I'm just using that same soft scrub as I used on my stovetop to scrub out the sink with one of those scrubby sponges. And then I decided to pull out the big guns. This is my Rubbermaid Reveal. It's like an electronic scrubbing brush that has a pretty small head to it. So it is great for getting into nooks and crannies. I actually used it on the grout in my master bathroom deep cleaning. It did a great job, and it was perfect for getting into all the little grooves in my sink. The very last thing I always do in cleaning my kitchen is the floors. I just sweep all the crumbs from like the counters and places onto the floors because I know I'll be vacuuming them up anyways. So once I am done vacuuming, and I am going to be mopping in just a moment, my kitchen is officially done. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this kitchen spring cleaning and that you got some motivation to deep clean your kitchen as well. Let me know if there are any items that I tackled today that you completely forgot to do in your spring cleaning, or if there was anything that you think that I forgot, let me know and I will add it to my spring cleaning checklist. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to see you on Friday with another brand new video. Take care and bye.
Making me wanna be something else that I'm used to. Spending time reminiscing of what it used to be.